Hi everyone, welcome to the Unsigned podcast. We are joined by Rob Jackson.
Ooh.
And San Quentin.
Hey.
Hello.
Hello.
Owen and Liam, welcome to the podcast. How you doing?
Yeah, good.
Good.
How are you guys, all right?
Yeah, all right. No one ever asks us that.
No. No one cares. No one cares. They're here for them. They're not us.
That's very kind of you. Yeah, no, we're good. We're good.
Stuff, man.
I was looking at when we first got in touch, or you got in touch with me for the show, which was when it was on Saturday Sessions on Southend for Step Off,
Yes.
which is a year old as of a few days ago.
Yeah, it was. Do you know what it was? Didn't even know that.
Oh, there you-
November 1st, right?
It was, yeah.
Yeah.
That could have been a nice big birthday, something to celebrate.
I know.
Yeah.
You could have made a bit more of a thing
I
about it when you
know.
went down 21 last weekend.
There you go, but no.
Well, you
Totally forgot.
well, you completely sold it out anyway, didn't you? So it's
Yeah,
not like you
yeah.
needed the additional promo over it. How was that gig?
Yeah, it was unreal, wasn't it? Yeah, it was a nice.
It was good.
What was it? More of a smaller capacity, so
Yeah.
it was some good people there. Had a
Yeah.
good laugh. Yeah, it was good fun, mate.
Yeah,
It was
well,
good
because you
fun.
texted me about the venue ages ago, didn't you?
Yeah,
And you were
because
like-
you done the Unsigned. Thing,
Yeah, we
right?
did. Yeah. How do you find it with your lot? Because you're like the San Quentin fans are pretty like rowdy, aren't they?
Oh, they were people on shoulders. They were.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had to do it, though, didn't they?
It's
Like-
quite nice being on the same level as well as the crowd. I like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it's not a big
Yeah.
stage like Chinneries and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? So it's
It's like, if you push the stage out, then you're sort of like squashing everyone in.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you can make it look packed anyway.
yeah, it was good. Yeah,
Well, some of the videos that I saw, photos, and that, you were literally right in the crowd.
yeah.
So it's like it's good. You're right there with them.
He's been watching Skinner Brothers too much.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
That's one gig of it.
Did you threaten people to watch you as well? Me and Rob, mate, on that gig. So we obviously haven't spoken to you about it much, right? But me and Rob were at the back because we were obviously watching you guys and Lucetta's as well, and went mainly for you guys and Tommy and that because we know you. But
Yeah.
the Skinner Brothers, I hadn't really until that gig. I hadn't really known much about them. Did you? Did you know?
I've just seen an angry man on Twitter.
Oh, okay, fine. So I hadn't known a lot about them. So then when we thought we'll stand at the back, we watch you guys. But because it was a very San Quentin heavy gig, wasn't it? There was a lot of fans there for you guys, right?
Yeah.
So everyone went out for like a fag or to get a drink or whatever. So when they kicked off, there weren't a load of people there.
No.
Oh, really?
No.
I didn't
And
even
he
know.
got fucked off.
Yeah.
Like he was angry. So he would literally jump the barrier.
I've never seen that before. He came out, he picked the guitar up, he played a couple of chords, went, oh, fuck this, put the guitar down, literally two hands on the barrier, leapfrogged over it, took the mic with him, and basically went, you're a cunt, grabbed them by the scruff of the neck, didn't he? And was just pulling people forward.
closer.
He started coming towards us two at the back, and we're thinking, oh, fuck,
there
this
we go.
isn't good. And the mic cable just kind of like straightened up, and he went flying back. And we thought, that's a result.
I nearly put Tommy's nan in front of me just so.
She's in the mosh pit in a bit as well.
Ballsy, that's what it was.
It was ballsy, but like you can see from his persona that he's all about that, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
about antagonising and
Getting
you know.
people rowdy and stuff.
Yeah,
like that,
exactly.
right?
And it was a hell of a gig. Like,
And he
obviously-
threw someone on the floor as well.
Yeah,
Did he?
pushed someone so hard they hit the floor.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, he loves it. But then they get up and go, yeah, like that. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I think it's
if we'd done that, I would have got knocked out or something.
Yeah.
Lost some teeth. Like, I would have just
Yeah.
took a punch.
I
Like.
think it's the scene they're in, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's literally-
they're heavy,
it's the
mate,
same
yeah.
thing, innit? So
Yeah, how did that happen then? How did that gig happen?
So we've sort of flirted with the idea with Zach, the Skinner Brothers lead singer,
Yeah.
for ages, and then we saw him at Why Not Festival, and obviously let Liam
Right.
talk to anyone, and
I was like,
you end
yeah,
up playing anywhere. Do you know what I
working.
mean? Like,
I just asked him. We just asked him. I was outright. I saw the Chinneries one. I was like, "Are you going to get us on?" And he was like, "Yeah, yes." He called his manager over. He was like, "Yeah, sort it out," and that was it. So,
Oh, sweet.
yeah.
So why not? When was that? That was during the summer, wasn't it?
July, end of July.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh wow.
Yeah.
You had a lot of festivals this year,
Yeah.
including Isle of Wight.
Yes.
How was
man. Very, very different.
Yeah.
Turning
Yeah?
up, not as a punter and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
It's very good. Yeah. It was good fun.
What was your highlight there?
Oh, there's so many, man. There's so many. Like, well, it was playing Isle of Wight, playing any stage.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
It was good. But turning up with the boys, getting into the artist bit, meeting all these bands.
Yeah.
It was good
It's a bit
getting
crazy,
seeing
innit?
some other bands that we like.
Yeah,
Like,
that's it.
we like the Caros, don't we? We end up like hanging around with a bit of their decent bands.
Yeah, you talk to all these bands like you probably know online, and then when you actually meet them, you're like, oh, these actually
Yeah,
look right.
finally.
Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, finally, yeah, you can have a bit of them in that. So,
Yeah.
that's
What was
probably
it
the
like
highlight.
lugging your gear all the way there? Well, not so much for you.
Oh, it was
Oh,
awful.
yeah.
Microphones aren't heavy. How was it carrying an amp all that way?
Oh mate, we had a nightmare with the Isle of Wight gig because on the way back there was meant to be a shuttle service was meant to run, They was like, oh, it's not running because I think the main
He's
station
on the
was
way
too
there
windy.
as well.
So we tried to go through the main area, and they was like, you can't go through because Shaggy's like in the area. You can't go through there. I was like, no, but like we've just played, we need to get.
Yeah.
They're like, no, Shaggy's there.
And we generally walk through, and we thought, why can't we go through it, like a bit naive? And then you saw like the kooks like dressing and stuff like that. I thought,
oh wow,
that's why we're not supposed to be here. But yeah, no, the shuttle bus broke, so it was like a 45-minute walk.
Jesus.
They managed to get on a van on a buggy. Obviously, we walked it, but we didn't have any gear with us. So, but then the way back was, mate, it was a joke.
Brutal,
Started raining, walking on the side of the road because we left the festival to get out, and they didn't let us back in that way.
Jesus.
Thought, well, this is not Rockstar, man.
Oh, we signed up for
cool,
Yeah, across in the end.
the things that Instagram doesn't show you.
No,
exactly. Yeah,
And as you're
100%.
going through like all the people, they obviously they're going like, oh, what's this like? Let's have a look at your guitar. You're like, fuck off, mate. I want to get fucking back.
Yeah, mate.
What else you been up to this summer then? Because you've released a few tracks here and there, but you've been gigging a lot. So you've done a couple of festivals, but other than the ones we've mentioned, what other highlights have you had over the course of this year so far?
Yeah, probably Why Not Festival was a big one, wasn't it? Yeah, that was
the main stage.
Yeah, won a competition, didn't we? And they got the email through, you won. I thought, oh, brilliant. And it said, you're playing main sage. Nice. Absolutely shit myself. Yeah. I called him, I went, you know what we've won, mate. Main stage is going, fuck. You know what I mean? Like, and it was so naive as well. Like, everyone there's half doing all right, like all blue ticks floating about, thousands of followers, all know what's going on. And we've turned up in like a workman's van straight from Southend and lugging all our gear out. They're all grabbing it off us, going, no, don't bring anything on stage. And we're like, what? Like,
oh, wow.
Stupid, like. But yeah, it was good fun, wasn't it?
It was good fun, yeah. I even messaged Reese, didn't I, as soon as we got it, and I was like, can we even play this without them like in here, like systems?
Yeah, Dad didn't have a clue how any of it worked.
We didn't even know.
Yeah, but we just
worked out.
You know what I mean?
It's actually really good sound, to be fair. Like, it was decent.
Yeah.
They're cool, man. Very cool.
First time that I saw you guys play was when you were on the same bill, weren't you? Is that the same? You were in the same bill? Or have I made that up?
That's happened a couple of times.
Yeah,
three
man,
times.
like
Now.
three
First time that
times.
I saw you guys, though, because it was you guys...
At the festival.
No, wasn't it at Chinnery's, or have I made this
Yeah,
up?
February.
it was your Chinnery's gig. Yeah,
Yeah, it was the
When
first
the
time I
storm
met all of
happened.
you. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
We didn't meet you then.
No, you blanked me.
Yeah. He tried to say hello and you went, no, mate.
Weirdos around here, yeah. No, I don't remember seeing you then.
No, I didn't meet you guys because it was you guys and Under One Sun, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so I met Sam and that, and then I met you guys, and then you lot just avoided me.
Well, probably for the best, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, that's worked out well for you, isn't it?
Yeah, really well, really well.
Yeah, that was the first time I saw you guys play. So that was in February. So since then, busy year.
Yeah, it's been busy. It's been surprising.
Yeah, it has been quite busy, to be fair, yeah. Been enjoyable, though.
Yeah, 100%. You just sort of go from month to month what's happening now. And yeah, because we had a few shows around the UK and stuff like that. A few gigs.
The tour was decent, going around. It's a lot different playing to a crowd that isn't yours. That's why I'd say, like, you're like playing to your own crowd. You're like, oh yeah, they come off stage and everyone's, oh yeah, well done, mate, because they've grew up knowing you. Yeah. And then when you go and play to a crowd like a festival crowd and no one knows you,
music fans as well, people that go out, like, they love
and
music,
they're like examining you, like what you're doing, and
like
it's getting them from like. It's having a crowd there and just not losing them. Like, if you're starting a gig and then like at the end of the gig there's less people there, you think, oh, maybe we have to work on this. But if you're maintaining a crowd or some more people coming in, it's a weird one. It's a very weird
definitely
one.
a weird one.
Crowd that ain't yours,
Where else did you go on the tour then?
So we done, what was the first night? I can't even remember now. Bristol, Manchester, and then it was Liverpool, Sheffield, Nottingham and Birmingham.
How'd you find them then? Because they're nowhere near where you guys are from. So what was the crowd like on those?
We done all right with ticket sales. Like, not bad. Like, it wasn't like something that was like, oh, set the world alight. I can't believe what's happening. But it was okay. We brought some people that have always wanted to see us. But working with this feeling for all of them, we would specifically put on at times of the show to when most of the people should be there, right?
Yeah.
Some of the crowds like Liverpool, Sheffield, there was over 100 odd people there, and they're lively as well. Like up north, like they're really lively.
Sheffield was the best.
It
was well good. Yeah,
really was great venues.
And how was it? Is his name Sam? I forgot what. The guy headlined it.
Sam,
his quality. He was really, really good.
Yeah, that's it, and it's meeting people as well. Like I said, when you actually meet bands, but these people we've never even spoke to, and then you meet them, everyone's just sound as well. Like, there wasn't one dickhead band there.
I think you find that with some just gigs in general. All the bands, everyone's just so relaxed. Yeah, and happy to get on and chat. You don't tend to get a dickhead band.
No. You get one every so often. Like
one that tries.
It sounds like you can name one.
I think you can name one, but you're keeping it under your hat.
They're in the room. Usually I would. Usually I would, but they're right here. So he's bigger than me.
He's a lot bigger than you.
I'm having to hold my posture this time.
That's why I sat next to Owen.
Yeah, I'm not. Mate, how do you think I feel standing on stage? Everyone thinks I'm well short. I'm actually average height.
So the little boxers fought at the gig at the weekend. Just see a jump.
So then suddenly I'm the same height as them. Mate, it's a joke. What can you do?
Oh, mate.
Looking at the mic stand, going, look at that out there. So,
You're right, guys. I'm actually average height. I swear to God.
Yeah, mate, so don't worry about it. It's all fine. So how did you guys get started then? How long have you been running? Because obviously you got in touch with us at the back end of last year. When did San Quentin start?
So we first met up end of 2019. It was me, you, Nick, and Luke. And then Dan... No, COVID happened, didn't it?
It definitely happened at some point, yeah.
And it's not like it hindered us because we weren't really at any position to do anything. It was just pure fun.
Yeah.
I didn't even know Liam wrote a song. Do you know what I mean? Like, we was just meeting and going, this is fun. Do you know what I mean? Then Dan met, and then, was it 2021 we released our first song?
Yeah.
But obviously COVID was in and out. So yeah, it's hard to say. So we first met 2019, but we never really done anything for like a year.
Right.
We was just occasionally messaging going like, oh, look at this, look at that. That's all really.
Yeah.
And then it wasn't until Laughs and You come out that it really was like, things started happening basically, yeah.
But we done that gig with that Grace Calvert, didn't we?
Very St Edmunds.
Yeah.
First time I met you.
Yeah. That was a strange gig.
It was a strange gig, yeah.
It was wasn't many people. Yeah, exactly that. Yeah. We played to you. You played to us.
Yeah.
Grace was there. It was fantastic.
Sounds like in Rayleigh, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Got paid in chocolate coins.
Yeah.
Did you?
Oh, do you know what? We genuinely did as well.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Yeah.
I did say about.
Was it a Christmas gig?
Yeah.
It was cold.
Fair enough.
It was the start of October,
I think
wasn't it? October time?
So
something like that.
Yeah.
No, okay.
Seems ages ago.
It does seem a long time ago, man. It just seems so. Everything seems so different now. That's why, like. But yeah, it was interesting.
Who else was on that lineup then? Because I mean, the thing is, it's very small circles, really. Grebo were there as well. So Grebo, Grace, you guys.
No, Grace was promoting it.
Oh.
Who's promoting it?
So what was that for then? What venue?
What was the venue called? I remember the name of it. It was in Bury St Edmunds.
Oh, okay. There is one. It will come to us in a bit, but
it is the
music venue.
The music venue in Bury St Edmunds.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
What's the worst gig that you've played then? Not the festival that shall not be named, but other than that, what's the worst one that you have played?
I don't really think I've had really bad.
The thing is, the one that can't be named.
Yeah,
obviously it was bad for its reasons, but it was so fun as well.
It was a lot.
We had such a good time.
Because I had this ritual before that I wouldn't drink at all before I went on stage.
Yeah.
And then I drank quite a bit before I went on stage. I thought I could do this now. So it's made every gig fun now.
Oh,
so
good.
You was afterwards. You was questionable.
Yeah, smashed.
Yeah.
You was. It's quite like a running theme. Just happens. Don't mean to do it. When he turned up, oh mate, unbelievable.
Yeah.
Did you stay like? Oh, I'll ask you that off camera. Yeah, no, that was a mad festival. But again, every similar circles again. Like it seems to be like very small circles in Essex, and you seem to see the same people over and over again.
But in terms of worst gig, no, it's really hard to say because I don't see it as the crowd ever. Because that's our job to make them have a good time.
Yeah.
So in terms of us playing, I think probably the shock of Isle of Wight might have been us playing at our worst, maybe, would you say?
I'd say, yeah.
2 days staying in the tent prior. Then we jumped on stage and thought, we're smashing this.
And
we're going to be brilliant.
As well.
But no one in that crowd knew who we were, and it was for the first time.
Right.
And to do it at Isle of Wight, it was kind of like a real awakening as to, fucking hell, get your shit together a little bit.
Because you played bad, or just the show?
Played bad, yeah, probably.
Played a little bit bad, but like... As you do, you just have a little bit of an off day, but it was more like, you know, when you're playing to your crowd and your friends and your family and stuff like that, you could say anything on the mic and people are jumping up because they know you. They don't. They're watching you.
So you've got to make it. You've got to make it do it.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. It's harder to. It's one thing playing to a crowd, you know, and then it's winning over a crowd is like.
It's probably our most favourite experience, but our most educational.
Oh
yeah, probably. Yeah.
You've got to take those moments, haven't you? You've got to take things 100%. Away from it. So it's all a learning thing. I was going to go back a little bit. So with how did you come up with the name San Quentin?
Oh, we had a terrible name before. We was called the Gamblers. We wanted to call. I don't know where that even came from. Like,
getting in my casino or something.
My girlfriend was like, she was watching. I think it was like Grace, and she was like,
what film to watch as well, to get inspiration from.
She was like, there's a band called the Gamblers. She was like, it's just like it's so cheesy. So
that's so shit.
It was like racking our brains for like a name, and then like you know the Johnny Cash poster. like with his middle finger up, and I just had it in my room, and I saw the name up there, and I was like, maybe that could work as a name. So we stuck it on, and it seems to have worked. That's as deep as it gets, to be honest with you.
Do you know much about what San Quentin actually is?
Oh yeah.
Huh?
The prison.
The prison. Yeah. I've got some questions for you.
Oh shit! Oh please. Because you know what? Yeah.
Statistically, no.
I'll tell you something funny. Some geezer messaged me on Instagram, and he said, "San Quentin, something like, I think of the hell of you." And I went, what are you talking about, mate? And he was like, "What's the song, San Quentin?" I thought, oh, I'm like such a dick now, man. The one thing I should have known. You know what I mean? Like, just went blank, like, mate.
Right. So, yes, it is a prison, right, in America. But what state is it in? What state is the San Quentin?
El Paso, is it? Is it El Paso or?
El Paso is not a state.
Is it, no, like
Texas is a state.
Yeah.
No, it's not in Texas.
Is it?
You can play too.
New Mexico, is it?
I don't know.
Oh, come on.
What's the other famous prison?
Alcatraz. It's very close to that. So where's that?
Which is the one on? Which is the one on Warzone? Which is the shape of the map of Warzone? That's San Quentin.
I'm not big on geography.
Right, it's in San Francisco. All right.
Oh, okay.
It's the oldest prison in California. But what year did it open?
1914.
If I don't know where it is, I'm not
Yeah, I know. Do you know what? I thought you lot would know this shit.
Is it I don't know, 1890?
I think it'd be less cool.
Really?
I think it'd be less cool if we knew this stuff.
I'm not cool though.
I came up with every single thing that people
I actually
thinking,
look right.
do you know what I mean?
I want to know where it comes from.
Yeah.
Right. I thought I never do shit like this on here, do I?
I've never seen you do anything. No.
And I just thought, Joe, I'm gonna have a look because surely they know the reason why it's called that. Basically, it's got the largest death row
really?
in America.
Yeah, I heard it was rough in there. Like, it was bad. I'm so
Suddenly,
glad you didn't big that up before and went, yeah, we just love it so much and all that. And you've gone, hang on, I've got questions.
Basically, everyone who's on death row in California gets killed there. So there you go.
Suddenly the gamblers isn't so after, is it?
The T-birds. So you're the first sort of, Good Health, Good Wealth came onto this and then got signed, but that wasn't down to us, I don't think. But you guys got signed very quickly after you uploaded your first track to us when we were on Saturday sessions.
Mm-hmm.
People that come on the podcast, watch the podcast, probably want to know a little bit about that, if that's all right. So what was the process and how did that all come about?
I think it was one of them, Liam just being that kid again. Done the first song and you just messaged them, didn't you? Was that right?
I was just saying, I think I just said, like, I DM'd him on Instagram, was like, I don't even know what I said. I said something random.
Yeah, just like off the off chance. I think it was something like, check out these tunes or something like that. Didn't think anything of it. And then next thing you know, someone's messaged back and gone, yeah, we've checked out the tune.
Right.
Do you want to jump on a Zoom? And we're like, I don't even know what's going on here. Didn't know anything about it, so naive.
Right.
And then they just start talking about, you're talking about licensing deals and like all this stuff.
But
PRS, all this, like, sitting again, I ain't got a clue what's going on. But
to be honest, we have left there. We're not on there anymore.
Oh, really?
We left. Yeah, we made the decision. It's about a month ago now.
Just before you got some nervous self-releases.
Yeah, that's all ours. Yeah, we did. Like, there's a few things to it. I wouldn't want to go into too much detail on camera, but like, it's I don't think you need to be signed to.
It's not the be all and end all, right?
It's not. Since we've released the song. You Got Some Nerve, compared to the other songs, it's done better just releasing it. And I think we was just relying so much on them doing it that it wasn't. I don't think. We
even reflected, and when one of the good things about what we were doing with Last on You, we would message everyone. Honestly, just message because the more people you message, the more people are going to listen.
Yeah, I think we got the same message, didn't we?
They do send the same message.
Personal account, I'm talking personal accounts.
You have to call them out on it.
I know. I know. It's when you forget to change the name. Nah, But and then when the label was in, it was kind of like we took a back seat and was like, this ain't really like what we like.
Yeah.
And then when I don't know, it was a hard one with them because. I'm glad we've done it, 100%, because we met some people and who we've met, and we're at this stage now where I'm well happy, but I'm also really glad we've left.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
It's interesting to get that vibe from that, because a lot of people that come on here or I've spoke to, or you sort of do get the impression that a lot of people just want to get signed.
Yeah.
So
honestly, it don't mean anything. It's a load of bullshit, if I'm honest. Like the independent labels, they don't do fuck all. Like, They don't give you any money. You have to pay for things yourself. What they do is they say they're going to do a bit of PR for you, and it just makes you lazier. It makes you work less because you're thinking, oh, they're doing it for us, when really they're probably not working as hard as what you think.
You can't talk for every label, of course.
Oh yeah, some
independent ones are but especially one that's in a different country that you don't.
It was in Australia. Do you know what I mean?
You can't even jump on a Zoom because we've got to jump on a Zoom at 11 at night just to meet him at 7 in the morning.
Right. Okay.
So that's our only thinking as well.
Yeah. I don't think it's.
It's not a be all and end all. There's so many people doing it independently, and like we've talked to so many people on here that are doing it sort of like DIY and all that sort of stuff, and are doing really well. So it isn't necessarily the be all and end all of everything.
Well, you look at some of the best up and coming bands in the scene at the moment. The Raytons, unsigned now. The K's, not signed. Like they're two decent bands. Like
get them on.
Like Emissions, not signed. But yeah, you look at them bands, you think like, and even like I think you see that thing with the Snuts where they wanted to release their album for the tour, but the label weren't letting them. That's another tie. They're in charge of all your music. They let you know when they want to release it.
Yeah,
right.
It doesn't feel right.
Like you don't have control over your own.
So what was the benefit of signing? Was it the excitement?
I think it was just we didn't know. We were so naive. Yeah, we're still pretty naive now.
It was that, you'd sit there and go, obviously, you're not going to get everything at once. Music industry is not what it was like in the 90s, but there's a little bit of you that hopes.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, you go.
Cool. But that's the thing. It's like it's one of those things, isn't it? That if you get signed, you do think it's all going to just fall at your feet almost.
Yeah, 100%.
So it is difficult, but yeah, be interested. I think that what you've said on this is probably going to give a lot of people hope, to be honest, because everyone's out there trying to go, I want to get signed. What can I do to get signed? What is it going to take? Yeah. Coming from you guys that have been signed, decided it's not for you, you're going to go and do your own independently.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong, if Sony Records came along and said it's 50 grand to record a fucking album, then I'd do it. But some of the independent labels are decent. Like there's some decent ones out there. Like this
it's about what you want really, and we always wanted stuff like Radio X like to be big in the UK. And you got a geezer in halfway across the world going, I've got you on a Japanese radio, and I'm like, I don't care. Do you know what I mean? I'm sorry, I don't. It's just one of them things, but
it got personal in the end. Like, but it was one of them things you just have to. Do you know what I mean? It is what it is.
It's interesting to hear. I think it's the first time I've ever seen now an unsigned band come in and go, we've been signed, don't bother.
Yeah. I can play you on my show again now, so that's brilliant.
Yeah, welcome back. But you don't hear it though, do you?
No, you don't.
Just don't.
No, you don't.
But there is some that floating about there. If it's right for you, then 100%. Like
if it's in the UK and you got a rapport with them, like there is some decent ones. Like you got This Feeling Records, where they're like a UK record label. Cool Thing Records, and we've been like. And I think they're more about the artist. You can tell they're about the artist. And we know that with This Feeling because we've worked with them.
I was going to say, how did that one come about then? Because obviously they're a label as well, but you're getting on a lot of their events and stuff. So how's that come about?
Massive surprise. Liam messaged him on.
It's just,
Liam, do you want a job on the podcast? Do you want to start messaging people for us?
Bombarded him constantly.
You just got to ask, couldn't you? If you don't
ask, don't get, man. We done that first show with them and... Yeah, they've done all right in ticket sales, done another one of them, and then, it's just sort of gone from there.
Yeah, and they're a good promoter.
They're great, man. Like, we've actually met them all personally now, and they're good fun. Yeah. They love it as well. They love the music. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, they seem like brilliant. They seem like a great crowd. Were they at Isle of Wight as well?
That was Isle
of Wight. It was there. Because they were doing like filming and stuff there as well, weren't they? They were interviewing different people and stuff like that.
Yeah, they're cool. They've got a lot of things going on. Yeah. A lot of things going on.
Good people to be involved with.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'd say so.
All right, I'll listen back, take notes.
There's a lot of promoters out there though. Like there's a lot of other promoters. I wouldn't name them, but there's a lot, and they rip off artists. You can see it. Like we've been there. We've been. I think we've done gigs. You've done gigs in London under.
I think
they pay you like £12 for like. You bring like 15 people and they're paying like £1 a ticket.
This is the most common one we get, isn't it? London promoters. Every band, artist, singer, whoever it is comes in here has something very strong to say about London promoters. Yeah, it's not positive.
No.
But you guys have got a big enough following now that you can put your own gigs on, right? Is that something that you? What happened with 21? How did you do that one all yourself?
Well, it was through This Feeling,
right?
But we spoke about we wanted to do a Southend show to end it. We wanted to do the specific place,
and it was all done through them anyway.
Yeah, and they're fine. So. Then it's just a nice thing, as you probably know as well. Like you put a gig, you talk about wanting to do a gig, and then you're emailing someone, and the next thing you know, the offer comes through, it's all booked and everything's done, and you're like, I didn't have to do much. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's nice.
How does that work from a percentage perspective with them? Not that you don't have to get into specifics, obviously, but as an example, right? Because we've done 21, and I know what it costs to do it there and all that sort of stuff. But how does that work if someone like a big company, I assume like This Feeling, are taking that over for you? How much of...
So it was always on ticket sales that they would give you, you'd get a certain amount for ticket sales.
Right.
But as you get more established with them and do more shows and stuff like that, it becomes more than percentages.
Right.
So they'll take a certain cut to what we would take.
Right,
and actually being not naive to it like we was before, was going, everyone goes, if you do it on your own, you get more money. When they actually showed us the splits, because we got sent them all, very surprising how much we were getting compared to them.
Right.
It was a lot.
Yeah. I think you just get promoters that they want to, you just know it. Like they want to help the scene, and they're all about the scene. And then you get some people that are like they jump in on a bandwagon.
Yeah.
And
you can usually tell from the first message.
Yeah.
That comes in.
When they spell your name wrong as well, we get Sam Quentin all the time.
Yeah.
SAM.
How is he?
As a solo artist?
Great guy. Yeah, that's what I mean. Why not? They were like. Expected one guy. It's SAN, man.
Send him in.
What's the worst message you've had then? You said it's usually tell by the first message.
You can tell when it's a copy and paste one.
100%.
Of just, do you want this, like, get in touch kind of thing.
Right, okay.
When they go, I've listened to your music and I really love it.
Yeah. It's when they go, we found you using the hashtag BBC Introducing.
That's not how I found any of you.
Yeah. you know when it's a shit promoter when they're bringing nobody else, like they're not putting bands in that area on the gig, and it's not going to bring anyone.
Yeah,
there's no thought behind it.
We done one in London with a band from Chelmsford, us, Birmingham, and somewhere else. You thought no one's going to come.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Like we were barely doing anything at that point, so we just jumped on it, and it's just.
I think if it's easier to get in with them as well, the shitter they're going to be, because you want a promoter that's going to be working with good bands, right? And you want to have to force, you want to almost have to force your way into something that's going to be good, rather than if they're messaging you going, I've got this amazing gig in London on a Wednesday. It's like, is it really? It's not going to. No one's going to. People might not come to it. Unless you're going to bring loads of people and they'll pay you like £1 a ticket.
So how does it work with you guys now? Is it a case that This Feeling come to you, or is it a case that you go, we want to do that, and then you go to them and they sort it out, or how does it work with you guys now?
Yeah, because we're with our manager Amy.
Yeah.
We'll tend to throw ideas to her and stuff like that, as well as George from This Feeling. He's the guy with our main contact. It's all like a gradual progression that most bands that are doing big things now have done at one point. So they've got like a plan for people and bands when they're selling shows. So we're kind of just filling that plan. Obviously, it's very easy being in a band going, actually, I want to do that, I want to do that. And they kind of got to go, look, no, we'll do this first, then this. And that's just kind of they've probably got a blueprint of how it works.
Right.
Obviously, it's different because life always changes and stuff like that, years and stuff like that, but that's kind of what they got going.
Fair enough. What is on? We're going to have a quick break shortly, but what is on the plan for next year?
We're going to scrap the band completely. And we're all going to just start acting.
I was going to start a band called the Gamblers.
I've got my solo career next year. I just want to plug it on it.
We found Robbie. That's the best example I could get.
The panic between their eyes when you just asked them, and they went, "Shit, what can we not talk about?"
Don't mention it.
Don't mention that.
Amy will kill us.
Yeah. We didn't say this on the way up in the car. What we can't say.
I didn't even. Yeah, just going with the flow of it.
Yeah. No, do you know what?
Well fucking avoided there. Going with the flow, mate. Liam, who you been messaging recently?
So if you look at our latest followers, you'll know. You got that tour coming up, mate.
That tour you're doing across the UK at Arctic Monkeys, is there any chance of jumping on it?
But that's how I know that you
get rid of the hives, just put us on, mate.
Yeah.
That's how it happens, though, isn't it? I mean, maybe not quite up at that level, but I mean, it does happen like that. We've had people we had Liza May on here, and she done that with Kate Nash. And she got on. Do you know what I mean? It's like,
how good is that?
It does happen. So it's, it's just trying to find those ones that you fit within the same sort of genre, same style of music and that. And then
Graft.
Yeah.
Graft in your way.
I thought you meant The Graft.
Could be a band.
No, it is a band.
Oh, is it really? I'll listen on the way home. The Graft.
You've played them on your show. No, you haven't. Right, what we're going to do, we'll have a quick break, and then we will come back and we'll do your dream gig. All
nice
right?
one, yeah, sweet.
Cool.
Sweet.
So join us in section 2.
This is Frank Joshua, and you are watching the Unsigned podcast. How awesome is that?
Welcome back to the Unsigned podcast, section 2. We're joined by Sam Quentin, Rob Jackson, Manisha's here, and so is Georgia as well. Hey!
Woo. She's doing a bit of reading.
Is she?
That's how good this podcast is. People in the room watching found something else to do.
When we had producer Ian in,
yeah,
there was one episode where I caught him just flicking through Twitter. I was like, cheers, Dad.
I'd love to see what he looks at on Twitter. I imagine it's really interesting.
No, it's basically just he hates the Tories. Right, so we're going to do your dream gig now. So in this section, right, we're going to ask you what your dream venue would be, where you'd like to fit on a bill. There's 3 people on it, etc., etc. We'll go through it. Rider, all that stuff.
Quick fire answers.
Ish, yeah. Right, so where would be your dream venue? As San Quentin, where would be your dream venue to play?
Right now, mine would be O2 Brixton.
Oh, back you there.
I love it.
Yeah.
Saw Sam Fender there, DMAs.
Yeah.
Proper love it. Yeah, it'd be that one. I
See,
reckon.
acoustics. It's
so
the best
you
sound
say,
gig I've been
that's
to
it.
is O2 Brixton.
Mm.
Ali Pali's shit for sound. I think it's you can't. It's not great. It's not great.
Just been too drunk when I was there, so I
Yeah,
don't know.
maybe.
What'd you see there?
Well, Ali Pali,
Yeah.
DMAs again.
Oh, right.
I saw
okay.
Jerry Cinnamon there. But
he
it was
goes
quality
off,
though.
mate.
It was.
I
Really
like Jerry
good.
Cinnamon.
Oh,
The
yeah.
energy that he puts in.
Mate, for an acoustic artist at that gig, it went off. It was like mosh pits.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you know what Nick's like as well. Like he proper gets involved.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'll stay on the outside. I'll watch it.
He breaks the fourth wall, doesn't he?
You just see him like flying over the air. Yeah.
That's a good. I think that I'm not sure we've actually had that choice before. I think a lot of people have said like Shepherd's Bush.
Mm. Obviously, the big ones. You'd love the big ones, wouldn't you? Like the Wembleys and all that. But realism.
Yeah.
The amount of confusion we've had on this podcast in regards to what Wembley is.
Mm.
It's ridiculous. Like all football fans, right? So it's quite easy for us to
But
go.
Wembley's a stadium.
One's a stadium, one's an arena. But there's
Yeah.
a lot of confusion on this podcast, and people don't realise there's 2 Wembleys.
Either way, I'm playing Wembley.
Yeah,
That's how I'm
Yeah.
selling it. Yeah.
yeah.
Do you know? I
Yeah.
thought it was the same venue. I love football as well.
no.
You
Really
are
embarrassing.
joking.
No,
So
it's
I
good,
didn't
yeah.
know. I don't really know.
Are you
either.
taking
Yeah,
the
I
piss?
didn't know that.
Didn't have a clue. Well, there's 2 of them.
You are taking
No,
the piss.
No, I'm not
got
on
a
the
clue, mate.
You've been to Wembley before?
Yeah.
It's the big thing on the right
Yeah,
hand
it's
side.
on the right hand
as you walk
side
up.
of Wembley Way, basically.
Yeah.
Blindsided, mate.
Oh.
Southend were playing a JPT final, mate. Blindsided. Lost as well.
You're a Liverpool fan.
Yeah, but
Oh, right,
you
but
got to
local
support the
team as well.
hometown,
Yeah,
innit?
right, fair enough.
Actually,
I'm outnumbered.
I am going to start getting into going to watch Chelmsford City.
I used to go and watch Chelmsford City a lot.
Yeah.
I used to do the videos for their matches as well. But that was like before I was with Charlotte. It was
Cameraman?
Like yeah, cameraman,
Following
Edouard.
What's that job?
Editor. Yeah, I've done that for a few years. Right, so what would be your entrance music? What is your entrance music moment? Because basically you start playing, don't you, and then you come on. But what would...
We're coming to cross the line, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Have you ever seen, like, back in the day when Elvis came on and it was like, duh, duh. I would love to come on to that. That'd be quality.
You just done 2 notes.
Oh, yeah.
yeah. I know that track.
You should know it. That's
sure,
what,
mate.
yeah, that's what watch it.
What's that other
I've
one?
gone in too deep now.
Insomnia. What's that insomnia as
Oh,
well?
Insomnia.
Well, Faithless.
Yeah.
Not getting no sleep.
You can't get no
Yeah.
sleep.
Yeah.
That'd be quite cool.
mate. That'd be good.
decent.
Special announcer. Who would announce you onto the stage?
Morgan Freeman,
That's a good one,
all
mate.
day long.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's heavy.
Can you do his
Yeah,
voice?
No. Not attempting that.
No, sorry. Right, so on your lineup, there's 3 of you. You got headliner, you got main support and opener. You're on the bill. You need to select where on the bill you are and who is going to be there with you.
Is it dead or alive though?
Dead or alive,
Oh, cool. So anyone.
anyone
So I
from
go,
past, present.
This is what I'd do. I'd go, I was opening the Beatles and then Elvis Presley. That's what I'd do.
Wow.
That'd be a big gig.
That'd be
gig.
huge,
big
mate.
gig.
Huge gig. A lot of
That'd be
people would
huge.
come.
Yeah,
Especially at Brixton, like they'd sell out.
like
Very quickly.
Yeah.
And being the opener as well, that means we get to do
You
our
get to-
set and then just get
you could
absolutely
just drop-
smashed and
yeah.
just watch Elvis and Beatles.
Priorities are right there.
That's
yeah.
what I mean, man. Do you know
That's
what I
what
mean?
I'd do.
I think you've said that when you
Yeah.
wanted to do gigs. Like, yeah, if we can open, that'd be great.
Yeah.
It's less stress. You
straight
can
to
leave all your stuff on the stage, sound check. You
Oh,
can
your
go
last
on.
sound check
Yeah.
and all that. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a hell of a lineup.
Yeah.
What would be your cover track? I remember the first time I saw you guys, you done Oasis, didn't you?
Yeah.
It doesn't feature in the set list anymore, does it? But what would be your, or it hasn't last time I saw you, but what would be your cover track of your dream gig?
That's a good question.
I think all the lads would pick a different thing, to be fair, wouldn't they?
Yeah, too right.
We haven't actually
Go
spoke
on.
about the lads. Could you tell who else is in the band and who does what? We're just chatting to you two.
Yeah.
You got Luke, Nick, and Dan, and they do nothing. Absolutely. Funny joking there.
Yeah, Luke plays drums.
Yeah, Luke's
Dan on lead and Nick on the bass.
Right, okay.
Yeah, good lads. Yeah, real fun.
And your cover track would be?
Oh, mate.
Would you choose differently then?
I would choose differently, I'd say so.
Yeah. I don't know. I'd have to think about what I wanted, to be fair.
I wouldn't go first.
You'd want to like change it up.
Big
Like you
one,
want to do something. I love all that old stuff like Elvis, of course, what we always love. But I'd want to do it, sing it differently. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Slower.
Yeah. So probably "Sweet Caroline" by Neil Diamond.
Nice.
I don't know what I'd be. Fuck, you put me on the spot.
Man.
You got to put me on the spot here.
We went for "Girlfriend" by Avril Lavigne.
Yeah. We done Mr. Brightside on Saturday, but me and him done it as an acoustic, and then went into the whole band for the "I Never" bit at the end. That was really good, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was good. I like the Killers as well.
Yeah. Just to hear that everyone sings, I guess. I think that's the idea, innit? Yeah.
Get everyone involved. I think it's good for when people haven't got a necessary full catalogue of music, but they want to try and get the crowd on side.
Yeah.
It is a really good idea. So you're going Killers, then, are we?
Yeah, I think it's fresh out there. Let's do it. Yeah.
Special guest duet. Who would you bring out onto the stage? Again, dead or alive, if you like. Who would you do a special guest duet with?
Do you know, I'd probably go like Amy Winehouse or something. Could you imagine that?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
That'd be unreal, wouldn't it?
That'd be, I'll back that.
Yeah, because she's got a good voice. Yeah, no.
Would you do like one of her songs and adapt
100%,
it?
Yeah, she wouldn't want to do one of Liam's. Okay, step off or rehab, do you know what I mean?
She'd be like reading it like, okay.
What
would be on your ride? Have you had a rider yet? Have you had like...
Yeah, we get
they
given
been
beers and stuff, It always tends to be beers.
Just Red Stripe.
Red Stripe, yeah.
Would that be your choice? If you could have anything, if you could have a choice each on your rider waiting for your Brixton Academy, what would it be?
Oh, mate, I'd have to have some hairspray, wouldn't I?
Hairspray.
Hairspray. What would you have, sunbed?
Why are you giving them secrets away?
It's just got to be beers, innit, surely? Like
Beers.
What would the lads want? What do you reckon the boys would want?
Nick would want a nap. So
Nick
like
would want to
like
sleep.
a nice, comfortable bed to nap in. And then Luke would just, I don't know what Luke would want. He likes his Captain Morgan's, doesn't he?
Bottle of rum.
Bottle of rum, yeah. Then Dan, some like hairbands to tie his hair up.
Something like that, yeah.
Different coloured ones as well.
Yeah, cute ones as well.
Like the frilly ones, that'd be good.
Yeah, nice.
He's not here to protect himself, is he?
We got full reins, man. We were coming up on the way up here going, I can't wait to start on them boys.
And then forget them completely.
Yeah.
You said that about me. No, I didn't. Made it moment. Now, you guys have had a hell of a year, as we discussed. Since Step Off, you've done a lot, literally in 12 months. Have you had a made it moment yet? You mentioned Isle of Wight Festival earlier on. I know that you said that it was a learning experience, but what would, if you had to say you've had one made it moment so far, what would it be?
I wouldn't say we've had one yet, to be fair.
Not
properly.
I wouldn't say a made it moment. A surprising moment was after Why Not? We're just on the main stage. You go backstage and you have beers. We only had the dressing room for like an hour or two, and then our boys at Chase were playing. So we went out to the main area, and there was people these girls come up to us and said, "Oh, can we grab a photo?" And I was thinking like, "Oh, what, you want me to take a photo of yous?" Like, obviously, and they were like, "No, like with the whole band." And then when one person does it, then more people are coming over, and it was a bit like, it was more surprising than like, "Oh, I've made it, that's me done." It was more like,
no pants.
Are they sure? Yeah. That's probably
quite
one
a
of
nice
the moments.
one.
Yeah, I'd say.
That is a nice one. Where would your after party be?
Your house.
Broadway.
What, Broadway pub?
I like the Broadway.
Yeah. Do you know what? It's always nice staying around the venue after a gig as well. That's what we found. We've done many times going out and trying to force a night out after, but nothing's better than playing. You know, Rob, don't you? There's nothing better than the actual gig. So
yeah. You go to a loud club after, you can't talk about the gig either. So you just you're just sitting there. You're like, oh,
yeah, exactly.
You kind of just want to talk about it all night, don't you?
Digest.
I don't know. What you're saying,
Take it apart.
Yeah.
Discuss how it went.
Yeah,
exactly.
Do you analyse it on the night, or do you just sort of try and just like live in that moment of that adrenaline after?
I think you do on the way home.
Yeah.
It depends who you're in the car with. You tend to, but once you've just finished, it's like, yeah, that's all right.
Yeah. It's hard not to as well, like, because you're like, oh, was that good? Was that all right? Yeah. Obviously, everyone's loving it, especially if you go to a gig.
We've got to start driving home after gigs. We always try and find a way of drinking after a gig, and I don't think I've ever been sober after a gig.
Well, no, and then it's coming in next morning.
It's rough, isn't it? So maybe.
Did you enjoy your show? Oh, I don't want to talk about it.
We are going to do gig tour bin.
Shit.
You know it's coming every time.
No, I'll tell you why. Because usually,
Yeah.
in the first section, there's a lot of discussions on influences and favourite bands.
All right, do it now then.
All right, Elvis, Amy Winehouse,
And Skinner Brothers.
and Skinner Brothers. Yeah.
Right,
there you go.
Right, so
So when you say bin, like,
so basically we're explaining.
As
It's
in,
like
you take their catalogue
put it in the
bin
bin.
and just bin it. Yeah.
it's like Snog Marry
That's rough,
Avoid,
that's
right?
rough though,
but
isn't
for
it?
music, right? So it's gig. So you spend one night with them. Tour. You go on a world tour with them, or you take all of their catalogue, put it in the bin. Do you really? That's quite a difficult one.
That's
heavy, man.
difficult because you got two dead people and then one alive person. If I slag off two dead people, I'm a bit of a cunt. And, then,
And if you slag off Skinner Brothers, you hear about it.
Yeah.
He's gonna
He'll be on
this.
Twitter tomorrow. yeah.
So like you're giving me no choice there. But Skinner Brothers in the bin. And I'll probably I'd tour with Elvis and then what was the other one?
One Night of Amy.
One Night of Amy, yeah. That's me. I don't know, what would you do?
No, yeah, exactly the same,
Exactly
mate. I
the
think it's
same, yeah.
a foregone conclusion there.
Yeah.
It's a good band, that.
That's
Right, that is the David Brent
That's
one.
David
isn't
Brent's
it?
band.
Right,
Yeah. Foregone
Oh, man, that's
conclusion.
so good.
We live by
That's so
that.
good.
We live by that.
Foregone conclusion.
Because I
What's your
thought
favourite David Brent song? Oh, well, go on, like, you must have a favourite one. I love Slough.
Free Love Freeway, Life on the Road.
that was used,
Lady
wasn't it,
Gypsy.
on Freeview?
Yeah,
What?
yeah.
That was used on a Freeview.
The thing is, they're good
Love
songs.
Freeway, yeah.
They are
Freeway.
good songs.
Yeah.
And like,
Well, he was in it. That's why
They're
he
a
started.
good band.
He was a- he
I was
in
at
a
the
band originally.
at the premiere at Leicester Square when the film came out and found myself like in the crowd in the premiere.
Yeah.
And they played the band, like the band came on and he sang,
No way.
he sang
Oh,
a few
really?
songs
So
here outside the
class.
Odeon in Leicester Square.
quality.
That is so
Mad.
good.
It was really
Yeah.
good.
Lizzie met him the other week.
I saw, yeah,
Yeah.
very briefly.
Yeah, very.
David Brent or
No,
Ricky
it's
Gervais?
Ricky
yeah.
Gervais.
Okay.
Would you prefer to meet Ricky Gervais or David Brent?
Ricky Gervais.
Ricky Gervais.
I
But
think he's funny.
imagine meeting David Brent. Oh, mate, be hilarious.
You'd be overwhelmed.
I know.
Yeah.
I just couldn't.
No.
No.
Couldn't, yeah.
Don't meet your heroes and all that.
Don't
innit?
meet my heroes. No. Yeah. I'd be like a little girl.
I was like
Like,
that at that gig I went to
shy.
the other week. I went to a comedy gig the other week.
Oh yeah.
And it was Dan Nightingale, and I watched their Have a Word podcast quite a bit. And he was taking a photo at the back while the support was on, and I walked past him, and he was like, "Oh, mate," I was like, "Oh, cheers."
Thank you.
I was like fanboying.
Yeah.
Anyway, right. What's the best gig you've had so far? I was meant to you, but I was looking.
I'll
at
tell you if you want, but no,
What's
yeah,
the
no.
best gig you've had
You,
so far?
no,
San
you guys
Quentin
answer.
support,
Go on.
Yeah, Chinnery's with San Quentin was good. Yeah.
Yeah. Didn't
Well-
someone nick all the beers though?
They did. Yeah. You know the first gig we
mate.
played with you guys, and this may be the point where we go. Did someone steal all the beers from out the back at Chinnery's?
Oh, yeah.
No comment.
We can't say
And
it.
yeah, we was performing at the time.
Yeah.
It definitely
Let's just
happened.
say
We came on
Yeah,
stage
yeah,
and
there
there's
you go,
no
yeah.
beers.
Let's just say we were performing at the time. Come
Yeah.
back to
Didn't you
finish
just
set.
didn't you just do what Skinner Brothers did and just handed them out?
So
We was,
that's-
give, we was,
Yeah.
we was letting, we were saying, we
Into
came
my
up to
bed
you
now.
guys and was like, if you want some beers, go back and have them, didn't you? We did say that.
Yeah, no, we did
Oh,
get
yeah, it was
But I think
everyone's
the
bit.
person who
Okay,
took the
like
beers
one-
didn't drink the beers, they took them home.
They took them beers
and
home.
that's more
Yeah.
insulting, I think. He's
Yeah.
Oh,
like-
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I
just
thought-
thought I haven't been lying to you this all this
No,
time.
no, I
If
just
you're
thought-
gonna take the beers, drink them. Don't take
Yeah.
them home with you.
I know.
But yeah, it is what it is.
I think it was come off loads of beers, went
Yeah.
back on for an encore, and yeah, they'd all gone.
Oh, they really?
Unfortunately, yeah.
Oh dear.
Oh
Yeah.
Melody first or lyrics first?
What's this one, mate?
I just think they come hand in hand. Really.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do, like, when I write songs, I go off of like one-liners. So I've got like, I'll be in a smoking area at like 3 a.m, and I'll just like, someone will say something and I'll just write it down.
Right.
And then I'll just like, I'll get on my guitar, find a good like melody, and then I'll just like piece together like one-liners, and it
Right.
just sometimes turns into a song, sometimes it's complete shit. But yeah, that's how it works for me anyway. So
What is the process for you guys then?
I write the songs
Right.
on a guitar, and then I take it into the band,
Yeah.
and then
Right.
we go from there. And,
We got a Noel and Liam on our hands.
Basically, yeah.
yeah,
And we're related as
and
well.
we're cousins, yeah. So
You really?
Yeah, man.
a
Don't
lot of
look
people
at it.
don't believe it. Do
One's
they?
6'5",
Yeah.
one's above. What is it? No, I'm average height. Blonde, bro. Yeah, mate.
He's describing yourself. He just described
Describing yourself. Anything else? Beards.
It's his Tinder profile. Isn't it? Like,
You don't want to see that,
6 foot
mate.
average.
Yeah, definitely said 6 foot as well.
What is a song you wish you wrote?
Oh, I think Yesterday by the Beatles is like a top quality song.
I'm
Very
going-
generic, though.
I'm going anything from Sam Fender, really.
Mm.
Massive Sam Fender fan.
Anything.
17 Going Under. Not the song Anything. Anything he wrote.
Okay.
Especially 17 Going Under album, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, yeah.
Quality. Artists you should love, but you don't.
Ooh.
I don't know, really.
Have you done this before?
Artists you should
No.
love, but you don't.
Can you?
Is it like a pop?
If you
Would
want.
it be
Yeah.
like a popular artist
Yeah,
that
so
everyone loves?
Mine,
You think,
bearing in mind, I like my rock and new
Mm.
metal and all that. I've never been a fan of Green Day.
Blossom.
I just can't.
Oh, yeah.
Mine's
Mate.
Blossoms.
Oh, really?
Oh, I
Yeah,
love
I-
the Blossoms, mate.
I like some of their songs, but I tried to watch them and I just couldn't get into it. Like, I couldn't get into the vibe of it.
Mm.
Bit
Right.
boring, bit
Yeah.
dull.
Yeah, it was a bit boring, the
On
gig,
stage
to be
though, yeah.
fair.
1975. Fucking hell, they're so dull.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Actually, you haven't done this section before because you moan about so many fucking artists anyway.
Right. Next section, we're just gonna go have a moan. No, 1975 for me. I just struggle.
Yeah? I quite like them, though. They're quite
Pop.
easy.
So,
Wow.
got some
No, that
bands.
first album was alright, but it's just gone
The
downhill.
look,
from
the
there.
look I got for that for 1975.
From who?
Georgia.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she's a big fan.
You like
Hello.
them? Oh.
A lot of people are slagging the new Arctic Monkeys album, but I really like it.
I'm a big fan.
Yeah, got tickets for them, which I can't wait.
Where are you going to watch them?
Emirates.
Emirates.
Is it the Emirates?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
the Emirates, yeah.
Yeah, I think
we got
on the
one
Friday.
Southampton, wasn't it?
Yeah.
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 I sat in queue for fucking ages.
Oh, do you know what I done? I refreshed it with 10 minutes. I was in there from 9 or 8. For some reason, I clicked the back button with 10 minutes to go, and it booted me out and then put me back in it when you're now
Oh,
in a
really?
queue. And I went, I even pre-ordered the album for it as well. You know, when you get the early access. Simi Khan.
I'll just leave any admin down to Owen. Like, I don't do anything. I think you put my tickets, didn't you?
I know.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll do everything for you, mate.
Yeah.
Well, you got that's a good
Oh,
relationship,
yeah.
though, isn't it? If you write the songs and then take it to the
Yeah.
band, you do the admin.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, real fun.
Yeah, so 1975, I think they're all right.
Yeah, not for me.
No, I've said before in it, Arctic Monkeys album, I think the artists love it, punters, not so much.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's very, very true.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I've got that response twice now.
Yeah.
I've struggled with it.
I think the music is better than the lyrics. The lyrics are quite self-indulgent and it's hard to understand.
Mm.
He done some great lyrics back in the day. Like you look at some of the other albums, but it seems like the lyrics are a tiny bit random. But I like them, like the whole music behind it.
Right.
It's quite a chilled album.
He was open though. He was on an
Yeah.
interview the other day, and he said we went in 2019 and went, let's write a rock album because they finished every set on Are You Mine. They went, let's do this, and it just never happened. They couldn't
Right.
force
Yeah.
it.
Well, you can't force creativity, can you?
No.
It just doesn't work.
I think there was 3 singles I think that was released from the new album, and I listened to each one as it came out and got to not learn each song, but take in the song fully. Then when they went, bam, here's the album, there was just so much that was similar. I think.
Yeah.
I think that's the only part I've struggled with, is trying to get through the whole thing and separate.
How many
each
tracks
part.
are there? I haven't listened
10
to
in
it yet.
there.
10 maybe.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I don't know.
There's some cool funky ones in there.
Yeah.
But I do agree with what you're saying as well. 100%. I sort of put it on in my car and then it's like drive to work at 6 in the morning.
I
Sort of
forget
thing.
which song's which.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
That's
I
not
get
that's not a bad thing, because
Well, it all suits in the album, right?
Also, I want to like it. I force
Yeah.
myself to like
Yeah,
some
that might
things.
be another thing as well.
I've always liked what they've done, and also you can't just do the same thing all the time. If you do the same thing, everyone's just like, oh, they're good, but all they ever do is they release the same
Yeah.
music, and then you change it and they go, oh, I hate you.
Yeah, you
You're like,
just
what do you
can't
want?
win.
Do you know what
When
I
you're
mean?
that big, you just can't win. Can
Yeah,
you?
yeah.
We had a similar conversation about different genre, but Taylor Swift last week. It was like she's gone through different genres, and everyone seems like killing her, saying that whatever she does isn't really good enough.
Yeah.
Although I have to say, I quite like her new track.
I haven't listened to
I've
any of
never
it.
really listened
No.
to it.
I heard it because I was doing a bit of radio this week. I've been doing a breakfast show, and it's obviously on there. I don't usually play it on.
Oh, is that one where she rhymes dreaming with meaning or something? Like, I hate it when people do it. Like it's a weird
I
rhyming
haven't looked
on
in
it.
that much
yeah.
detail.
Yeah.
But I just like the vibe.
No, I was
just
listening
like
to it on the radio, and there was some really like weird. Like it was. Oh yeah, I went into it.
No.
it.
All right, well,
It's
everyone's
Taylor.
allowed difference of
Yeah,
opinion.
it's music,
Yeah.
mate. Yeah.
Subjective. Can you recommend an artist? Another emerging artist?
The Kairos.
Liverpool
They're
bands.
Liverpool lads.
Yeah.
Top quality band. Really, really good.
Roller from Manchester.
Roller. Yeah, they're
Chase.
great. The Chase. Yeah.
Nottingham. Yeah, good bands.
Yeah.
Well done.
It's free.
There's 3. That was very
you wanted
good.
1, we gave you 3.
Thank you.
So there you go.
What is your jam? What is a track that you hear when you're on a night out or a wedding or whatever, and you hear a track and you're on the dance floor? I'm assuming yours is Elvis or Beatles or something.
No, we're so different because it's like R&B in it, like 90s stuff in it.
Biggie Smalls, to be fair, hypnotised by Biggie Smalls.
We went to Sheffield, didn't we? And they all wanted to go to Leadmill because it's a windy night and all that. And we walked into this one bar before, and they were playing like old school R&B, and we were like, "This is
50
unreal."
Cent and
like,
all
the boys are standing there. We're on the dance floor, and all the boys are standing there with their drinks. Like, we go, we're like,
quality, yeah,
it's unreal, mate.
What was the first gig you ever went to?
Oh, we went together, didn't we? Must have been about 4. I was like 4. You was about 6. Went to Busted.
Yeah, at the Cliffs.
Went in,
I think
London.
it was like Wembley or something. Yeah, I think they actually played like Wembley.
Mum's booked a limo and all that.
Wow.
I know.
One of our birthdays.
Yeah.
Setting the bar high.
Didn't bring your little brother though. Do you remember that?
Yeah,
He didn't get to go. Yeah, well out of order.
Who remembered that?
Yeah, I remember.
He actually lied to me. He was like, I did go. And I was like, he didn't. Like, he
Not
didn't.
part of the story.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Your brother cracks me up.
Oh, you see?
We remember a couple of times after the gigs, like you guys are just, saying
He's like a Bez, isn't he?
people.
He's like a
And
Bez.
He's just by your side trying to like, latch on that.
Yeah.
Sounds really harsh. But just trying to take, but just trying to talk to everyone you guys are talking to.
Yeah.
But he openly admits it when you talk to him. He's like, just
It is
taking what I
funny.
can.
I think you pointed him out, but I don't.
I think the phrase he used was the leftovers.
I think he.
I think you did. Yeah.
I think he went over to Kirsty's boyfriend, like, which is in your band, Jack, and he started. I think he said something, and like, I don't know if it offended.
Wasn't funny.
It weren't funny. I think it was like you trying to chat with his girlfriend or something. He was like, "That's my girlfriend."
Yeah.
And I was like,
Oh, really?
I kind of set half I go, all right, no worries, and then walk off. Like,
Yeah. No, he was just ballsy, wasn't he? Walking around having a great time.
Yeah.
Got to be in you.
You can call it that, ballsy. Cunt.
What's one thing you change about the music industry?
Oh, it's got to be the money for
Spotify streaming all day long.
Yeah.
1 million streams, you get $3,000. I mean, what's that about? Like,
I know.
Imagine years ago if you sold 1 million albums.
What's it? 0.0003 for us?
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
It's upsetting, isn't it?
I know. And do you know what's funny? I wished for this when I was a kid and I wasn't an artist. I went, I wish I was just one way of paying monthly and listening to songs.
Yeah.
And I got my wish. And now I'm an artist. Gutted.
With that though, like if you're selling merch and stuff, I mean, the thing is with CDs these days, my car ain't got a CD player. Like it's just you don't get. My computer hasn't got a CD drive. Like you can't really listen to CDs.
Mine hasn't got a USB port.
What do you mean? Or is it just Bluetooth only?
I've got to buy an adapter to stick into a lightning port to stick in a USB into the laptop.
You wonder why the underground scenes, like they say, it's like struggling. It's because, I mean, the bigger scenes are always going to be better because it's like commercialised. And it's not even just music. With big artists, they do everything, don't they? They get them on like the Late Show, and then they're in carpool karaoke, and then they're a bit of a comedian, and then. Do you know what I mean?
Wearing people's
Look at Harry Styles, like he's went and done that movie. Can't fucking act. He's fucking in a movie.
Ed Sheeran was in Game of Thrones, wasn't he? It was just fucking
was
weird.
Yeah. And he was in Yesterday.
Yeah, he done a cameo in there when they
I
wrote
really
the
like
songs.
that film.
Great film, mate.
That's a really good film.
No, I haven't seen it.
That's a quality.
It's about
movie,
the Beatles.
But where everyone forgot their songs and a guy pretended he wrote them.
Yeah, here's a question for you. Would you come out in the end and say like, would you have done what he done?
No, I would. I'd ride the wave, keep it going.
Yeah, I'd ride the wave and keep it going. Be like, I wrote all these songs like that. Yeah, like.
Have you just ruined the ending for me? Because I haven't watched it.
Yeah, ruined the ending, mate. Yeah.
Great film.
Anyone who's
Great film.
watching
Go
as
watch
well.
it. Yeah.
Biggest inspiration, musically, personally.
Don't say me. You can't say that, mate.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that. Yeah, thanks. Biggest inspiration. I don't know. It's quite hard, isn't it? Who would yours be?
Why are you passing it on to me? You decide. It's from
a songwriting perspective, then, who would you look up to as a songwriter?
Paul McCartney. I'd say Paul McCartney all day long. Yeah, especially after watching that. Do you see it on Disney Plus? It was really interesting seeing how dysfunctional a band was. Quite comforting as well.
It was quite comforting.
I thought, fucking hell, we're not the only ones.
Like it really kicked off. That was good.
Yeah. It was good. It was interesting. I fell asleep so many times.
Yeah,
it was so.
And I didn't watch the full 8 hours.
It was in and out. It was in and out. Yeah, but I'd say Paul McCartney.
Yeah. It must be difficult. I mean, you guys are both all three of you in bands, but it must be difficult trying to get everyone on the same path.
Oh, it's horrendous.
Yeah,
it's like being married to 5 people. It's honestly awful, but when it works, it's great. But arguments left, right, and centre.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but you kind of just get over it straight away, didn't you?
Yeah, it's not arguments. It's just like little scuffles, isn't it? Bickering,
proper bickering.
Yeah.
Do you find that's all of you, or do you find that you two are on the similar page most
We're
of the
always
time?
on the similar page, yeah.
But it's more funny. It's more funny stuff. Like you laugh about it. Yeah, the banter outweighs all that stuff anyway. So it's more of a laugh.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
What about you guys?
Joe and Max.
What are Joe and Max?
They'll always argue about stuff.
Well, together. Oh, right. So you game against each other.
Yeah. But you can usually like.
Who wins?
Tends to be the other three and go, we're doing this.
But who wins out of the argument between them two? That's what I want to know.
It's 50-50. But you can spar them off against each other. Like you
wind them up.
You know what's going to set them off. Like what decision about something will let them go. Even if it's not the decision you know you're going to end up with. You could have a bit of artwork. One's black, one's white. You know you're going with the red version. You go, I think I fancy that one. And Joe will go, no, and you watch them go. It's just so much
set
fun.
them up.
Yeah.
Fair enough. An artist you'd love to see in concert that maybe you haven't yet.
Oh, Arctic Monkeys, I think. That's
not seen it
coming up.
before?
No, never.
Same, I'll back you there.
Yeah, I'm excited for that.
Yeah, and the Hives are supporting them, which
Yeah,
I'm
Hives
really
look-
happy
yeah,
to
man.
see that. Yeah,
Are you
100%.
standing?
Yeah.
standing.
Just be prepared to move.
Mm.
I saw them at the O2 when they did the Tranquility Base and Hotel tour, and I could only get seat tickets, so I sat up to the side, and they came on. I remember watching this person in the crowd who had like a light. They played Brian Storm, and I've never seen someone move around around the whole O2.
Fucking hell.
It was just like a wave of like a sea.
You weren't the camera guy from Skinner Brothers.
No, that was so incredible as well. But yeah, no, the crowd moves.
Mm. Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to
Energy.
it. I'm really looking forward to it. It'd be good. We're going to go down there, aren't we?
Yeah,
It'd be good fun.
yeah, it'd be good fun.
What's the first single you bought?
I'd love to say something cool here, but it was Jason Derulo, What If? Full album. I was going on holiday. My dad was like picking an album, and I was like,
Mine was Devlin. I think like something like that.
Beer, what's the underground?
Bud, Sweat and Beers.
That's
yeah.
it, Bud, Sweat and Beers, yeah. I used to just go around yours when we were younger and used to play all that, wouldn't it?
Might have been the Marshall Mathers LP or something like that.
That's cool.
Yeah.
What's the best advice you guys have got for new artists?
Don't do it. You want the scene to be small so we can make it. Just don't
not
start
selfish.
it.
Stay out of my way.
Yeah, stay out.
Just have fun. That's it. Just have fun.
No, that was too cliche. Give us something else.
Have fun.
I don't know.
That was an easy
That was the
out.
best
That
thing
was
we
an
ever
easy out.
heard. That was honestly
Don't
the
sign
best
to
thing
a
we ever
label.
heard. Yeah.
No, signed to the right label.
Yeah, sign to the right label. Yeah. What did you answer it?
Yeah, no, it's just stay with your mates. If you're with your pals, just have fun doing it.
Again.
Shit, man. I'm not made for this stuff. Write a good song.
You guys are always very sociable after the gigs, though. You always come say hello and all
Get
that
in the
sort of
crowd,
stuff.
yeah.
And that's what people appreciate.
Yeah.
Better than sort of just doing it. And
I hate the people that just like they don't come down and interact or after the gig.
Yeah.
Plus, it's fun, isn't it? You want to go out. That will be the shittest day for me if we ever got famous enough that I can't go out and have a drink after the gig. That's my favourite part. Like,
Yeah,
It is,
going
yeah.
out on the town and after and enjoying it. Yeah. So because it must be shit like playing a really good gig, everyone's going mad, and then after the gig you have to go in a little room like behind stage and just drink.
We saw it at Why Not Festival. There was like these main night like Nothing But Thieves. We were lucky enough to meet them after their set, and they just finished the set, went straight on a tour bus, and then they're off somewhere else now. And it's like, mate, like you just played to all them people, like, but I guess that's just second nature to them now.
That was mad. Like we was watching at the side of the stage, like where all the photographers were, and I couldn't. The amount of people that were getting crushed against the barrier, and they was like getting pulled in,
Just losing their shit.
honestly,
for
it
them,
was
like, mad.
it looked like hell. They was like actually hyperventilating, weren't they? It was where they was just suffocating at the front.
Yeah.
It's
Jesus
terrible.
Christ. Right. So I've already sort of asked you this, but next year, is there an album, an EP coming, or can't we talk about that yet?
There'll be something coming, definitely, yeah.
Big things. That's the common
slogan,
phrase.
isn't it?
Everyone's
Big things coming.
When you
big
don't know
things
what to
coming
put on
soon.
Instagram, big things. That's my advice to new bands. You don't know what to say on Instagram, put big things are coming.
Yeah.
That's it, it'll work
That's a great
every time.
advice.
Yeah.
Big things are coming.
They don't know when.
You hit a blank the other day then
I know.
when big things went up on Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah. Big things coming soon. And then in 3 months' time, you announce like a London show, and they're like, that was the big thing.
That was the big thing.
And come along, enjoy it.
You've done it before, and our manager messaged us and went, What's happening? He went, I don't know. Something will happen.
Yeah.
Well, if you manifest it.
Yeah.
There you go,
It will
exactly.
Give us an idea.
Right, we are going to wrap up. Thank you very much for coming in. Could you just tell people where they can find you on the socials, Spotify, all that good stuff, please?
Yes, so Instagram _SanQuentin, Spotify SanQuentin.
Where's the energy? Got to do it with energy.
Please,
Twitter.
Radio voice again.
Radio voice here. Twitter is SanQuentin Music. Facebook SanQuentin Band.
All in the camera as well.
There you go. Have a bit of that. Do you want to take a turn, mate? Or are you just going to judge me?
I'll just judge you.
Yeah, cool. No worries. Yeah. But they're all the socials.
Rob, could you tell everyone where to find you?
Yes, Instagram, Admissions UK. Go on Spotify and just search Admissions. When does this go out?
Monday.
What date's that?
It will be, I don't know, I've not Googled it. I don't know what did that, hang on, what date say? 14th?
14th. Okay, just go on Spotify, search Admissions. There's a remix up of one of our songs. The first time we've done something like that and had a song remixed.
Love it.
Confirm 14th.
No, it's out already.
Oh, I just checked the date for you.
Admissions UK. Instagram.
It's coming out for Friday then.
Well, the remix is already out.
Oh, right, okay.
You're supposed to be our manager.
Spoilers. No, I thought you were talking about the next one.
Oh, no.
Oh, okay, fine.
No, that's a big thing that's coming.
Yeah.
Yes. Go listen to the remix. There you go.
Things coming soon.
Right, if you guys want to get music uploaded to us at Unsigned, go to the website, unsignedmusic.uk. If you want to be a guest on the podcast next year, give us a DM on Instagram and we'll try and book you in. But that'll be it for this week. Thank you very much for coming in, guys. Really appreciate it.
Thank you for having us.
Get the new track over to us. Rob, thank you very much.
No, thank you.
Manish, Georgia, thank you.
Nice one.
See you all next week, everyone. Cheers.